This has serious implications for the New York Knicks, as with Mike Brown taking over as the head coach, there has been a lot of questions surrounding the young players on this team now that Tom Thibodeau is gone, with some of them having much clearer paths to getting on the court than others. While fans want to see the young players thrive, also the free agency the Knicks had will have an impact on things as well, and we're going to jump into all that, what this means going forwards for the young guys, who we expect to be on the Knicks and be on the floor for the Knicks in regards to these younger players, and the impact that this free agency had on some of these guys specifically. But guys, before we jump into that, have you ever wanted to break into sports media as a writer or a content creator? Because if so, Digest Media is looking for passionate sports fans, analysts, already people who are content creators as well. Even if you've never made a single YouTube video, written a single article, make sure to apply at digestmedia.ca/join us to become a part of this team. We have so many openings across the 4 major American sports and are just keep adding more and more openings as well. It's how I got my job here, was randomly through LinkedIn. It changed my life forever. If you guys want to do the same, hit that link down below in the description or search up the link that you see on the screen right now. But guys, let's jump into the video. Let's talk some New York Knicks, because there's a lot to go over for this team right now. I mean, when Mike Brown took over as the head coach of the Knicks, there was a lot of excitement because what we saw was a head coach who wasn't Tom Thibodeau, who was not going to just shun the young players away. And now, given the Knicks are a contending team, we're going to see the best veterans play the majority of the minutes, because this is a team trying to win a championship. When the Knicks fired Tom Thibodeau, one of the things that really stuck with everyone the most was Leon Rose's statement saying, "We are fully committed and fully focused on winning the NBA Finals." And with that, they did not see Tom Thibodeau as the head coach to get them there. So they moved on from him and chose Mike Brown, someone who was open to collaborating with the front office and much more. And we know the Knicks had a problem with Tom Thibodeau's rotations. We know Leon Rose did not like those rotations because they only featured around 7 or 8 players. And on top of all that, what we saw was them start to burn out in the playoffs, and also Tom Thibodeau not making adjustments. Mike Brown, who will be working with the front office, is going to see a lot of those things change over from what Tom Thibodeau was doing, and that includes the youngest players. Now, fans have been super excited about 2024 first-round pick Pacome Dadier. He's the last first-round pick the Knicks have had. And right now, when you look at Pacome, he is a very talented young player who looks like he's got a lot of good potential moving forwards, with his defense being way ahead of what we already thought it was going to be. His shooting stroke is excellent. He's confident. He could drive to the hoop and create for himself. He's got all the makings of someone who could have an excellent NBA career, and I truly believe that Pacome does have all-star potential. Meanwhile, there's also Ariel Hukporti, who has shown in the very limited chances that he had last season that he's ready to go, that he is a professional basketball player. He belongs in the NBA. He's already shown he belongs when he dunked all over Evan Mobley's entire life and lineage. And when you look at all that, what we see is a guy in Hukporti and another in Pacome who do have really good NBA potential, and fans, they want to see the young guys play. Now, Sports Illustrated mentioned that the Knicks selected Dadier in the first round of the 2024 NBA draft after his impressive overseas season led him surging up draft boards. Hukporti was chosen at the end of the second round after coming just short of capturing the Australian NBL 2024 championship. Dadier and Hukporti played a combined 43 minutes of NBA games, or 43 NBA games last season, and mostly featured in garbage time. That's unsurprising for rookies on a good team, and there's a chance that they feature more this upcoming season. As Sports Illustrated also mentioned, Tom Thibodeau is known as a tough coach who runs his best players into the ground. Regular season, postseason, it doesn't matter. He trusts his guys. The ethos became a point of friction for the Knicks starters, which could mean Brown tries to lower the wear and tear on his core 5 during the regular season. A part of doing that will likely mean Dadier and Hukporti will get a chance to prove themselves in NBA games, and I'm expecting the exact same thing. One of the things that we know the Knicks players had a problem with was Tom Thibodeau's, the fact that a lot of them didn't know their role on the Knicks, both offensively and defensively. This is Mikal, OG, they both said this in the exit interviews. This is what I've heard from the inside sources, that none of them had any sort of idea the role they were playing. On top of that, there was another thing. They just did not have undying faith in Tom Thibodeau, and Tibbs was running them into the ground. Mikal even mentioned that they should be doing more when it comes to after halftime, where they're all just sitting around. They didn't practice. There was so much that they didn't do that turned out to just be wrong steps by Thibodeau, which led to Thibodeau getting fired. And you look at everything for the Knicks right now, and I do think that firing actually did make a ton of sense. Now it's up to Mike Brown to listen to the front office, to play these young guys, to make the rotation a lot thicker and add more guys who would have a full 9-man rotation, maybe a 10, though I'm expecting a 9-man rotation for the most part, but there will be games when he goes 10 deep, and then you want to see these younger guys show up. You want to see Pax come in. You want to see Ariel Hukporti get in the game and see what they can do so they're not just rotting on the bench. The Knicks need to see if they have something in these young players who are holding on to a few different roster spots, especially at least 4 when you count Diawara and Kevin McCullough Jr., and then who's on a two-way, who's eventually going to get the spot, and also Tyler Kolek, who's on the roster. I meant to say Diawara, Kolek, and Kevin McCullough. I got it mixed up. But when it comes down to it, for the Knicks, for everyone here that we're looking at, it's very clear that one thing is just happening here. We need to see the New York Knicks play more young players, and we need to see them dig deeper in. Now, we look at Mikal Bridges and what he was able to do last season. He was very good. In the G League, he showed a lot of solid moments when he was not playing the most in the G League. He was also up with the ball, with the regular, real, NBA Knicks. I was trying not to say real Knicks. That's like disparaging the Westchester Knicks, but he was up with the NBA Knicks a lot. But when he was in the G League, he put up 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, played excellent defense. And then Hukporti, who was backing up Moses Brown the majority of the time because he was also usually with the New York Knicks, not the Westchester Knicks. He was putting up 7 and 7 off the bench. Hukporti was doing his thing as well, and they did show a lot of spark. And Hukporti showed it a bit in the NBA as well. But now you look at this Knicks depth chart going into next season. You see that starting 5, and yeah, Mitchell Robinson's likely going to be in there instead of Josh Hart. We know that. And then you look, there's not a ton of big men there, so that leaves Hukporti with a good chance. The Knicks are going to sign another veteran, whether it's Ben Simmons, Landry Shamet, or someone else, which will likely kick Mikal Bridges out of his spot in that backup unit, which does cause some questions. It raises a little bit of eyebrows on how Mikal's going to get minutes, and that's mainly going to come off when guys are injured, whether it's a long-term or a short-term injury, like maybe... I'm not rooting for this. I'm just saying maybe it happens like that. OG Anunoby jams his finger, misses a game because of it. Mikal Bridges, he's not going to miss a game. Josh Hart turns an ankle, misses a game. All of a sudden, Pacom's in there for a game. They're actually going to use these guys instead of Thibodeau just not using anyone in exchange. It's those times of opportunities, those situations where you have to take your opportunity and seize the moment, squeeze it and hold it, and whatever else I'm going to said after, because we consider these minutes golden. That stuff. That's what they have to do. It's what Tom Brady said when he was a 6th round pick. He was like, you have to seize your moment because you don't know if you're ever going to get another shot. So you have to go out there and you have to show that you belong and that you can perform in this situation. You're never going to get the ideal situation when you're put in there. So Pacome, Hukporti, Diawara, Kevin McCullough, Tyler Kolek, they're all going to have to do that. And they're actually going to get chances this year, which is exciting as a Knicks fan. I want to see them get chances. I want to see this work out. Now, also, Sports Illustrated did mention a good point. The Knicks did add veteran depth this season that should also help open the door for this. Their core 4 off the bench, when healthy, will probably be Jordan Clarkson, Deuce McBride, Gershon Yabusele, and Mitchell Robinson / Josh Hart. But those guys will get elevated to starting roles when starters miss time. And that is where Bridges and Hukporti will see chances arise for themselves. If just one of Mikal Bridges, OG, or Josh Hart misses time, plenty of forward minutes will be available for Bridges, and the same goes for Towns, Yabusele, and Robinson potentially missing time, leading to minutes for Hukporti. Robinson has struggled with injuries almost every season of his NBA career, and Hukporti is the only other pure center on the roster if Robinson or Towns are resting. Now, that's also the thing. Mitch gets injured a lot, so the Knicks did bring in Hukporti, or the Knicks did bring in Yabusele, who... they've already said they are going to try playing him as a small ball 5 at points. He put up 11 points per game last year with the Sixers and 5.6 rebounds with 2 assists. He shot 50% from the field and 38% from 3. If you ask me personally, I think that Gershon Yabusele is a pure 4. I think he fits so well at that power forward spot, should not slide down to the 3, even though he's got the shooting to be able to do so. The ball handling is a little bit questionable. And then on top of that, I don't see him as a 5. I'm down to try the small ball thing because I do like small ball in certain instances, I should say, but it depends on the team you're playing against. It's very, very situational. So they will see that. That also kind of does mean for when it comes down to Hukporti, he's going to have to try to fight through that because they're going to go small ball sometimes. Maybe Mitchell Robinson's out for a night, and then they just use their big men as Towns and Yabusele, and then Hukporti's still the odd man out, so he's going to have to show something in the preseason where him and Pacome and all the young guys are guaranteed to get minutes, and that's where we're going to have to see the best come out of these guys. Now, we could look at each of their stats when it comes down to just Summer League. Obviously, Pacome had a nice Summer League before going down with the injury. he hurt his toe, and that kind of caused a little change of things. But the Knicks saw all they had to see. He averaged 12 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 1 assist. He played good defense. He didn't shoot too well from 3, but we know Pacoma is going to get that 3-point shot down. On top of that, Hukporti, he went a little bit in the wrong direction as well with Summer League, only playing 3 games, averaging 6 and 7, unlike last year's 8 and 7. He did get some block shots, though, which was good. And he also shot well from the field. But the whole Knicks team, they struggled in Summer League, so I'm not too worried about that. Guys, what do you want to see from the young players? Whether it's Pacome, Hukporti, Tyler Kolek, Kevin McCullough, Mohamed Diawara. What do you want to see from these guys? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll be sure to get back to you. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Guys, apply if you want a job. Have a great day. Go Knicks.